That is an incredible mustache. Now, truth be told, I once had a pretty great mustache. Not quite as good, but say back in the day you were looking to cast a 1970s corrupt cop who may or may not have killed someone. I would have been your guy.
I'm so wasted.
I'm sponsored by God.
Murder on the Orient Express is directed by Kenneth Branagh and stars a giant cast of great actors that I will not name because there is far too many of them. If you don't know what the movie is about, it's based on a famous book that many movies have been made off of. This is yet another remake, but basically the premise of the story is there are a bunch of people on a train, somebody is killed on the train, and everybody's a suspect, and Hercule Poirot, I don't know how good that accent was. It was probably terrible. Shoot me. But anyways, Hercule Poirot is also on the train, and he's perhaps the greatest detective in the world, and so he has got to solve the crime. It's a classic murder mystery story and good movie material because, yes, like I said, this is one of many remakes of this book, or adaptation of this book. So now let's talk specifically about what I liked and didn't like about Murder on the Orient Express. Let's start with the cast. Kenneth Branagh is brilliant. Not only is his mustache brilliant, but he's charming, he's funny, he's odd, whimsical, whole 9 yards, and he pulls it off brilliantly. Johnny Depp I also thought was really good in this role. You know, Johnny Depp's a really hit and miss kind of actor. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's not great. But here in Murder on the Orient Express, I thought he was really good. He plays the gangster, and yeah, he's charming, charismatic, kind of creepy. He's good. It's a good performance. As for the other performances, I thought they were all decent, except for two. I wasn't a huge fan of Michelle Pfeiffer. I thought she was fine, but she did a little bit of that almost unrealistic acting where it was too pronounced. It was too, oh yes, I'm a slut. She just did not particularly impress me, and I thought she was acting more like what you would expect a theater actor to act like. In theater acting, you have to really have a more pronounced performance. Doesn't always work on film, and I didn't really think it worked on film in this case. And I also wasn't a huge fan of Tom Bateman's performance. His performance, he had some good humor here and there, but he was also just a little too pronounced. Didn't buy his acting all the way through. It was very much like, oh, it's Hercule Poirot. Yes, she's a prostitute. Yeah, oh yes. Murder on the Orient Express. All right. It wasn't that bad, but it was a little excited, I thought. As for the story, I liked this story. The ending of the movie actually took me by surprise because I had never seen any of the remakes and I had never read the book, and so it took It took me by surprise. I wasn't exactly expecting it. I guess that's why the book is so famous, is because it took everybody by surprise when it was written, and it took me by surprise as far as the ending goes. It was good. I liked the ending of this movie, the final reveal. It's a murder mystery, and the reveal of that mystery, the truth coming out was quite interesting. I liked it. And I loved the way that the detective kind of pieced together the whole story, the whole murder mystery, and I liked that stuff. I enjoyed it. However, another thing I wasn't a huge fan of in this movie, I wasn't expecting to have a problem with it, but there were a lot of special effects in this movie, especially when you see the train, the outside of it. I thought it looked pretty fake, not very good, kind of video game-ish. I think a PS4 could probably do the same thing. Those shots weren't a huge part of the movie, but I noticed the special effects when those shots came on screen. And in all honesty, overall, I don't think I'm really going to think about this movie very much. It's not a very memorable movie. It's kind of slow and it's kind of bland at times. It's enjoyable, no doubt. I think if you have nothing to do on a Friday night and you're like, hey, there's Murder on the Orient Express. Murder is cool. Honey, you want to watch somebody get murdered on a train? All right, let's go. If you're into that, first of all, you need help, because murder, you shouldn't go to see movies just because you want to see people get killed. But, if you're just looking for a decent movie that is playing on the weekend, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's a decent time, I guess you could say. Murder on the Orient Express gets a C+. So tell me, have you seen Murder on the Orient Express? If so, comment below and tell me what you thought of it. And as always, if you liked this video, please like it and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. And if you're a guy and you want to grow a mustache, please too. It'll be cool. If you're a girl, please don't.